ladies and gentlemen, I interrupt this podcast introduction video music session with a very important update. It's very important, the update. It is. Is Fred Blogs still in chat? Question. Is Fred Blogs still in chat? This is important now because we can't get this started until Brother Fred and Brother Don are present, because I have something special for you. Okay, back to our regular intro until I get verification that the other two are present and accounted for. Here we go.
I've stood in fields that wouldn't grow, watched dreams disappear beneath the snow, buried pieces of myself through the years. Learned to carry sorrow without tears. I've walked roads nobody should walk alone, stared at empty rooms that once felt like home. And there were nights I swore I'd reach the end, till grace showed up disguised as one more friend. 'Cause every wound leaves something behind if you're willing to look beyond the pain in your mind. Hardship isn't the whole story, it ain't the ending of the page. Every scar became a lesson, every storm helped shape the way. Yeah, I've walked through fire and failure, seen some nights that felt too long, but hardship isn't the whole story, it's just one verse inside the song. I've seen good people brought to their knees, begging heaven for a little peace. I've watched old warriors carry hidden scars, still find the strength beneath the stars. Now I've learned the world ain't black and white, some battles are won just staying in the fight. Sometimes faith is simply taking one more step when you can't see the road that's coming yet. 'Cause every valley teaches something new, and the darkest nights reveal what's really true. Hardship isn't the whole story, it ain't the ending of the page. Every scar became a lesson, every storm helped shape the way. Yeah, I've walked through fire and failure, seen some nights that felt too long, but hardship isn't the whole story, it's just one verse inside the song. Now I watch the sunrise hit the pines, thank the Lord I'm still alive. For every tear that felt like rain, something beautiful somehow remained. The people who stayed, the love that survived, the prayers I thought were unanswered, working quietly all this time. Hardship isn't the whole story, it never was and never will be. 'Cause mercy writes in chapters that pain alone could never see. And every broken road behind me led somewhere I belong. No, hardship isn't the whole story, it's just one verse inside the song. So if you're standing in the shadows, you're still writing the song. And the world got strange. Everybody hollering, everybody complaining. But over on the live stream right about 8, a message starts flying that nobody hates. Brother Don jumps in with a grin so wide. Just be cool, flashing on the chat box side. He types real slow like a man with a plan. I think it's time for a safety meeting, man. For a safety meeting. Safety meeting. Gather around friends, let the good times begin. A little laughter, a little truth, a little fellowship rolling through. Brother Don smiling, Fred's making jokes, Hawk's on the microphone visiting folks. We ain't running from life, we're just setting the tone at the safety meeting with the family at home. Now Brother Ganja Fred comes strolling in, sounding like he walked out of London again. Says, cheers mates, hope you're all doing alright. I brought enough good vibes to last all night. He'll drop one-liner after one-liner fast, half the chat laughing till they're crying at last. And every time Hawk starts getting too deep, Fred says, easy there mate, don't wake the sheep. For a safety meeting, safety meeting. Everybody gather when the signal gets sent. No anger, no drama, no fuss, no fight, just good-hearted folks on a Wednesday night. Brother Don steady, Fred's cracking wise. Hawk's got another crazy theory to analyze. And somehow by midnight we're all still gone down 20 rabbit holes and carrying on. Fires up with his Mountain View, 26 shepherds making sure he's true, talking faith, freedom, truth, and grace, with a white shepherd lying right by his place. He says, welcome friends, pull up a chair, leave your worries and your burdens there. Tonight we're gonna laugh, learn, and see what kind of seed become tomorrow's trees. Brother Don says, brother, that's deep. Fred says, I still think you're waking sheep. The whole chat explodes with laughing emojis everywhere. Somebody's dog starts barking at the air. The moderator surrenders, the timeline bends. Nobody remembers how the story begins, but everybody knows when the meeting is through. They spent the whole night hanging with good people and true. Final safety meeting, safety meeting. Here's to the friends we've never met, the kind that show up and never forget. To Brother Don and his Just Be Cool, to Fred from across the pond breaking every rule, to Hawk on the mountain sowing mustard seeds, trying to remind folks what this old world needs. A little laughter, a little faith, a little kindness, a little grace. And if you hear somebody calling for a safety meeting tonight, just pull up a chair and everything will be alright. Brother Don, you there? Just be cool. Fred? Cheers, mate. Hawk. Welcome home, friends. On safety meeting, the down, down. Say a man ought to pick a time, put it on the screen and draw a line, be right there every day at 2, no matter what he's going through. But the dogs need feed and fences break. Some days there's more than one man can take, and truth don't always show up on cue. Sometimes it takes a little digging through. I ain't missing the show, I'm just living the road, trying to find the story underneath what everybody knows. I'm chasing the why, before the light. I ain't missing the show. I'm just gathering seeds to sow. There's headlines flashing every day. Everybody's got something to say, but I wanna know what's behind the curtain, what's fact and what ain't certain. So I read a little more, pray a little longer, try to make the message just a little stronger. Cause folks don't need another shouting match, they need somebody willing to connect the patch. I ain't missing the show, I'm just living the road, trying to find a story underneath what everybody knows. I'm chasing the why, not just passing by. And if I'm late, it's cause I'm searching for the truth before the lie. I ain't missing the show, I'm just gathering seeds to sow. I've walked and prayers I've prayed, the price of every seed I've laid. And if one heart hears what I found, then every detour's worth the ground. Cause truth grows slow, everybody knows the strongest roots grow down below. I ain't missing the show, I'm right where God said go, trying to shine a little light in a world that's moving too fast to know. And when the cameras roll, I'll give them all my soul. Cause I was never building a schedule, I was building a road. Just an old man and a handful of mustard seeds, trying to leave the ground a little better than he found it.
I want to encourage some of you who struggle to pray, because you go in there and you think like, how can I talk to the Lord for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, like I'm going to run out of things to say? Just practice his presence. Go in there and put on some worship music or some instrumental worship, or sit inside and just sit there and feel his presence. Get visions of him raised and glorified. Get visions of fire in his eyes. Get visions of the fact that he's coming back to get you. Just learn to sit there in his presence for just a little while. Think about the person you're talking to. Think about where he's seated. Just sit in his presence for a little while and just warm up yourself to him. Every now and then when you go into his presence, get a flashback of where he has brought you from. Like, man, you took me, Lord, from dirt. You took me from the street. You took me when I was a knucklehead. You saved me. Just get a flashback of what he's done for you. When I was wilding out in the flesh, you came and got me. And just sit there and just just love on him for just a little bit and feel his presence. And then lean into your heart like, Lord, I'm struggling with shame. And I'm wrestling with insecurities. And I know I'll be posting things because I want attention, but help me to get delivered from the brokenness of not having my father or not being affirmed by my mother. Lord, I'm angry with this person because the way that they treat me. Lord, I had a tough week this week at my job, and you just start pouring out your heart. We didn't even get to asking him for nothing yet. And you look up and you've been there for an hour.
And you've been there for an hour. And you begin to realize that he's not so far away. He's not so far away. Hey, how'd you like that song? Did you like that? I liked it. I liked it a lot. Okay. I had fun making that. I did. It was, I was trying to get it to do a really good British accent on Fred, but it didn't work. I don't, I'm still learning how to manipulate the voices to get them to do what I want them to do. You know, but I'll be posting that. I'll be posting that. I gotta. I have to find a picture of a pink Harley Davidson. Okay, male model. Okay, to feed into to create the image for Fred, and then I got to get a character for Don with a safety vest on, because he where he works, he's got to wear a safety vest all the time, you know. And then I'll figure out what to do with me. I'm glad that I had pictures taken years ago, you know, because that's what I'm using, because I'm not that pretty anymore. I'm not. Why do you think my camera stays down all the time? All right. I'm not that pretty anymore. All right. I used to be. Now I'm funny, kind of ugly. Okay. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Okay. Yep. And it's, yeah. Yeah. So, I unfortunately, I don't think that, Don heard that. He'll be in a little bit. You guys know him as, Just Be Cool, or he's got a second handle too, which is something to do with mining, because he does little videos about panning for gold and stuff, which are pretty cool. But you know, that was yeah, it's since I started podcasting while in the chat room that the three of us belonged to back then, the Hemp House. You know, we had a wide range of personalities there, and you know, and when we started doing the podcast, I wasn't really thinking about being that expressive about using cannabis, until I got to know a lot of my viewers were potheads, and it became all right, you know. But in order to bypass certain YouTube standards, we call them safety meetings. Yeah, that's what we call them. We call them safety meetings. That way, there, then those of you that don't participate don't have to. You know, yeah, yes. It's fuchsia. Okay, it still looks pink. Okay, I'm just saying it's he calls it purple. Okay, I magenta, maybe no, not even magenta. It's I love Fred though. I've known him for years and years, and yeah, good people. And the fact that they follow this channel,
I want to encourage some of you who
absolutely fucking insane, because after all these years they still follow, you know, which is cool. All right, let's go ahead and get started for today. Let me get off the screen here because you don't need to see me. Yeah. Concord purple. Yeah. Yeah. It's I got to come up. I got to come up creative ideas for the video for that one, or for the images that I create for it. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun, no doubt about it. Yeah, and he's actually now Fred's actually been on the podcast with me. And Don, I think Don did years ago too. But he used to come up, and that was back when everything in Britain was really beginning to kick off, when the invasion began. If I'm not mistaken, Fred, that's really when you guys really got the brunt of migrants that were coming into your area, and it was like, and then I said to him, I says, so what's the first thing that you think I should know about the Queen? And he said, she's a lizard. I about fucking died. I'm serious. I about died. But it was exactly the direction that I wanted the conversation to go, because of things that we've learned, and this is the thing too, I tell people when people talk about reptilians on the planet, okay, I want you to think about this seriously, okay? Why would they show us things like Sigmund and the Sea Monsters? You guys remember that from the late 70s, early 80s? Sigmund and the Sea Monsters? Okay. Why would they have Land of the Lost? Okay. What were the guys that lived in the reptilians that lived inside the mountains? I believe they were called slee stacks or something like that, right? And that they had some type of mechanisms that could shield their entrances and things like that, right? And they had modern technology, what we would consider modern technology, or maybe slightly advanced technology compared to what we have today. Why would they? Why would something like that, be portrayed to us? Okay. And then you think about us learning that, basically the laws of karma, okay, that, basically if they tell you what they're going to do and you don't do anything about it or say anything about it, or you agree with it, then basically you're confirming that they're allowed to do it. Okay. The Little Mermaid, and the thing is that now the mermaid were created by the mothers of the Nephilim. That was their sentence. That was what Archangel Michael did to them. Was he turned them to mermaids and cast them into the ocean. Okay. That's where your stories of sirens, the sirens were the mermaids who no longer had human contact. Okay. Creature from the Black Lagoon. He was basically just another reptilian, because he could breathe above water. He could walk into buildings. Fish can't get up and walk through buildings, right? But it's like, it's like really looking at this and understanding that they were putting all these things in front of us, Think about ET. Okay, now this is a kids. This is ET was a for kids movie, but I mean I knew full grown people who were going to the movie theater multiple times to watch it. And you know what? If it came on TV today, I would probably watch it. Okay, because it was a nice, heartwarming story. But the fact of the matter is were they trying to tell us something with that? You know, so there are so many ways to look at this and begin to understand that if they're following the laws of karma instead of the laws of God, then they've been telling us everything all along. Okay. There's yeah, there's a lot there, a lot. All right. Matrix Mysteries put this one out. And this young lady here, she goes by the PI mom. Okay. And the thing is, I don't know if this is like an Instagram name um or TikTok or whatever. Okay. But she makes some really valid points here. And I want to give her the opportunity to be heard by you guys because I like it when people are putting uh, real good truths out there. All right. But what I want to do is I want to go here because then I want to see if seeing her. See, like I wish that they would like put their tag or something here. Okay, because I know that we can see the name on the screen, but the fact of the matter is it'd be great if tag where they're at, or what they're, so let's go here. Here we go.
Did you know that Robert De Niro and Barbara Streisand also received PPP loans? Yeah, Robert De Niro, I'm talking to you. Let's see what it was used for. So, Barbara took out $200,000. That's not that bad. And she took it out through her film company. And it was to pay. Are you ready? You sitting down, buckle up. I know we can't understand this because we don't live like that. So we're like, what'd she use the money for? What? She used it to pay her groundskeepers, her gardeners, to take care of her gardening in her Malibu mansion. I just want to make a quick note that her net worth is $430 million. Gotta help a girl out. Go Barb. And we have De Niro. I'm talking to you. Oh, yes, I am. So he took out $27.7 million, for his restaurants. I understand that. His net worth is $430 million. I guess now that I'm doing this as a series with celebrities and Congress and PPP loan, I guess it seems kind of normal. Were you guys able to get a loan? I mean, it's legal. Were you able to take out a loan?
Nope. Nope. Because if I was, I would still have a tractor. I would still have. I would. I'd still have an operating business. I would still be selling plants. 100%. No, I did not. So a guy put this up today, and I wanted to go here and because I put up um, okay, yeah. Didn't know that this is going on.
I understand you're really doing well, so thank you, Dad.
I know it's a roundtable for farmers, but I don't have enough time for really to jump into that today. Mr. Sciatica sent something. What did he send?
Nothing can stop what is coming. Where we go one, we go all. That's right.
Got to work on that voice, but good video. Good video. Okay. All right. Let's get back to our thing. So, and I swear that I seen this video, or that this particular video. If I'm not mistaken, I played this for you a long time ago. So this is a location that is I'm gonna show you what our conversation with Brock because I could swear that I showed you guys this exact video. And I said to Grok, why it seems, well, actually, let's just go here. So, and it says here that I'm arguing that the viral video of the supposed June 5th, 2026 Special Forces operation in Long Beach is actually recycled footage from February 19th of the U.S. Army Urban Warfare Training Exercise featuring low-flying helicopters, explosions, and special ops teams in Los Angeles, Long Beach areas. CBS, LA, and other outlets recovered the 2019 drills as routine Special Forces pilot training, with residents reporting identical loud noises, choppers, and simulated combat in port and urban zones. The original post overlays a 2026 date and cue reference to imply current events, though similar military urban drills involving special operations and explosives did take place in Long Beach and nearby cities in early June of 2026. Okay. So I'm asking it to analyze the 2019 training footage. Because I can be wrong about it. It could be a different video, but it looks like something that I played for you guys in 2019. When Trump was in office the first time, and some things went down. Because remember the Chinese, that's when they found the Chinese drug manufacturing laboratory, and but full biological laboratory as well at that same time. So it's analyzing the footage. Let's see how long it takes them. But that's why I say, it's, and I said it in that song too. Sometimes I've got to look for stuff. I've got to dig for stuff, and I've got to find out. Um, you know, um, see, often in groups of 2 or 3, executing fast in and out maneuvers, nighttime silhouettes against streetlights, palm trees. Building lights are common with rotor wash kicking up dust or debris. Yeah. Explosions and simulated effects. Um, the footage you referenced in your post had overlaid 650526 shows precisely the same visual signature as the 2019 drills. Low flying silhouetted helicopters, so on and so forth. It's the 2019 CBS video and commentary reports match frame for frame in style, equipment, tactic, location cues, Port of Long Beach area, urban coastal streets. The only differences are the added modern date stamp and Q framing in the recirculation version. Actual 2019 raw clips without overlays look identical in lighting, helicopter models, team movements, and environmental details. Bottom line, the 2019 training footage is authentic, well documented, routine special ops under urban warfare practice. It looks and sounds exactly like the viral video clip because the viral clip is recycled or near identical 2019 material. The current 2026 drills in Long Island, Pasadena are real and use the same playbook, but the specific videos circulating with the 6/5/26 date originates from February 29th, 2019 exercises. Right there. Maybe I can. Is there? Dang nabbit, because I got your guys's comments up, so I don't know if you can actually read that, but it says it right here. Bottom line, right here. The 2019 training footage is authentic, well documented, routine, special ops, urban warfare practice. It looks and sounds exactly like the viral clip because the video clip is recycled or near identical 2019 material. The current 2026 drills in Long Beach, Pasadena are real and use the same playbook, but the specific video circulating with the date 06/05/26 the video originates from February of 2019 exercises. There should be a way to. Yeah. I don't like arguing with people when I'm live, but I just, but that is, but this is the thing that I stated. Okay. Why is this familiar? Okay. And I was reading what Grok had wrote. This footage or near identical clips from the same night has been circulating for years. Okay. And I said down here, someone decided to slap a date on it. However, that is how it would be done. But was it done? That is the real question. Okay. There's one thing between training exercises, okay, and actual going after evidence and so on and so forth. Okay. And I said, that is the real question. Normally I pass by things like this, but had to stop because I have that exact same footage without the date from 2019. I knew that I showed it to you guys because we talked about it. We talked about it because they had another one where I think it was Las Vegas, where they were outside what looked like a mall, where they landed just outside a mall. And the helicopters came in, soldiers ran off, and then the helicopter took off. They made a perimeter around the building and things like that. And then after they completed what their quote unquote mission was in training, then they return back out, and then they go through the evacuation scenario. You remember I was showing you guys those? Okay. It's I mean, those were long nights. That's when we were doing 5, 6, 8 hour podcasts. All right. It's unfortunately I wish I had that kind of time now, but I don't, because I gotta work hard for my money. How many coincidences is before it becomes mathematically impossible? Okay, and that's a question that we always have to ask. Donald Trump posted 6/4/26. Okay, he says, "Watch California, everybody. Our election process is bad or worse than any third world country. The biggest difference is they count their votes much faster. They don't wait 7 days to tell you who won, rigging the election during each and every one of them. Americans are ashamed of what is happening." President Donald J. Trump. Okay. Watch California. So you go here, you type in "Watch California" in the Q drops. Okay. And it brings you 2621. Anonymous and Anon asks the question, will voter fraud in California ever be brought to light? Yes. Watch California was deliberate. Was deliberate. Okay. Let's see. So this one here, yeah, I thought it was Machiavelli. Machiavelli says, holy crap, John McCain was a big part in rigging our elections with the help and push of Nancy Pelosi. A system of control is how Q describes it. We are in primary elections in California. Q said, yes, midterms are safe. Watch California, Q. What is unfolding is a huge trap. And I don't doubt that one bit. Let's go ahead and open this in a bigger image so everybody can see it. Okay. Look what's happening in California. The Democrats, right before our very eyes, are stealing the vote. I hope the Republicans are watching so that they can finally pass the Save America Act. President Donald J. Trump. Okay. And this is on June 4th. Okay. Follow up on the last post. This is post 25. Follow up on the last post. Return to comments regarding Pelosi and John M. Okay, that's John McCain, also known as No Name. All right, some of us refuse to say his last name for a reason. This all has meaning. Everything stated. Big picture stuff. Few positions allow for this direct knowledge. Proof begin 11.3. Okay, we all sincerely appreciate the work you do. Keep up the good fight. the flow of information is vital. God bless. Okay. Now I want to jump over here to 4751 because of the fact that we got all these things pointing off. Okay. So I want to make sure that we get it. That's a little bit too big. Bring it down to about right. There we go. Okay. Now I should be at, well, no, that didn't do it. Okay, here we go. 4751. 4 families, 3 generations. Brown, Pelosi, Newsom, Getty. Okay. So you got governors, Nancy House. Okay, so I don't necessarily understand this post. Partners in Squaw Valley, John and William. So that's Pelosi and Newsom's connection. Okay. I don't see what Brown's connection is, unless there's a connection between Getty and Brown. But you got Gavin Newsom, and then you got the appointments to junior judge William Jr. Judge Tessa, and then you got approved Squaw Valley concessions for Newsom and Pelosi. Okay, so Governor Brown approved Squaw Valley concession for Newsom and Pelosi, partners in Squaw Valley. Newsom's informally adopt Gordon. So John Paul is the lawyer to, or no, I'm sorry, William Jr. is lawyer to the Getty family, Paul J. Paul. Okay, as judge helps change trust law to benefit Gordon, retirees, administrators, Gordon's trust, and then Gordon's connection to Newsom. Getty's informally adopt Gavin. Plump Jack business seeded by Getty Trust, Billy. So I'm not sure who it is, but it's a system of control. Yes, John McCain was significantly involved in issues regarding election integrity, primarily through campaign finance, reform, foreign interference, prevention, and debates over voter fraud. Campaign finance reform. McCain's most enduring legacy in election integrity is the Bipartisan Campaign Reform Act of 2002, often called the McCain Feingold, co-sponsored with Senator Russ. And then the electoral process, the integrity, direct threat to the integrity of the electoral process. He remained a vocal critic for subsequent Supreme Court decisions like Citizens United that weakened these restrictions and led to the rise of super PACs. Okay. Going back over here. Oops. Get back. Went too far. All right. Then you've got the 2008, during his presidential run, McCain raised concerns about potential voter fraud, specifically targeting the community organizing group Acorn. He claimed in a debate that Acorn was on the verge of maybe perpetrating one of the greatest frauds in voter history, though experts and investigations found no evidence of widespread fraud. Post-2016 election, conversely, McCain publicly refuted the claims of massive voter fraud made by President Donald J. Trump. In January 2017, he stated that there was no evidence to support Trump's assertion that millions of illegal votes were cast, demanding substantiation for such allegations. Okay. There's big cheatings by Democrats in California. Okay. California primary. Okay. So this is where it goes into So in 2026, United States midterm elections are scheduled for Tuesday, November 3rd, 2026. These general elections occur midway through the president's 4-year term, with primary elections taking place between March 3rd and September 15th, 2026, depending on the state. So 1197, will election fraud be revealed soon? Yes, midterms are safe. Watch California. So watch California. We're gonna watch California. We're watching. All right? Yell at us. But let's go ahead and get back to here. All right. And then in regards to the SPLC, listen to who is the attorney.
Knew that informants use the money for recruiting and growing their organizations, but they're accusing the SPLC of essentially deceiving donors by not telling them that some of their funds were secretly being used to fund these extremist activities. In one instance, the DOJ says an SPLC employee encouraged 2 KKK members to stay in the movement, even though they wanted to leave. The two were allegedly offered a $1,200 monthly salary as informants, money that they then used to attend extremist rallies. Per the DOJ, an SPLC worker was aware one of the informants used donors' money to purchase material to make Ku Klux Klan garments for others. The DOJ says both informants were reimbursed by the SPLC with donor money for all expenses they incurred for cross-burning events, to include the wood and fuel used. The SPLC allegedly paid their informants through fake accounts. The new information builds on an indictment that the DOJ filed in April, charging the SPLC with 11 counts, including wire fraud.
The sad thing about all this is it worked. They almost tripled their revenue after the now famous Charlottesville rally, where a person was killed, and one of the guys they were paying was promoting that rally, coordinating transportation.
Attorney Abby Lowell, who represents the SPLC, says this apparent superseding indictment attempts to shore up the flaws in the initial charges, but it changes nothing. The SPLC did not lie to its donors, it did not mislead banks it did business with, and its informant program prevented violence and saved lives. Lowell is also taking issue with the fact that a draft indictment was released to the media before it was unsealed by the court, which they say violates federal grand jury secrecy rules.
Yeah, interesting. Brother Don is in the house. So I got to do this. I got to play it again. Yeah, I'm going to call a safety meeting. I am. Okay. He's late, but that's okay. I'm going to call a safety meeting, and I'm going to back this down, and I'm going to back me down, and I'm going to play the song again. Okay. So, Brother Don, we're glad you're here. Here you go.
And the world got strange. Everybody hollering, everybody complaining. But over on the live stream right about 8, a message starts flying that nobody hates. Brother Don jumps in with a grin so wide. Just be cool, flashing on the chat box side. He types real slow like a man with a plan. I think it's time for a safety meeting, man. For a safety meeting. Safety meeting. Gather round, friends, let the good times begin. A little laughter, a little truth, a little fellowship rolling through. Brother Don smiling, Fred's making jokes, Hawks on the microphone visiting folks. We ain't running from life, we're just setting a tone at the safety meeting with the family at home. Now Brother Ganja Fred comes strolling in, sounding like he walked out of London again. Says, cheers mates, hope you're all doing alright. I brought enough good vibes to last all night. He'll drop one-liner after one-liner fast. Half the chat laughing till they're crying at last. And every time Hawk starts getting too deep, Fred says, easy there mate, don't wake the sheep. For a safety meeting, safety meeting. Everybody gather when the signal gets sent. No anger, no drama, no fuss, no fight, just good-hearted folks on a Wednesday night. Brother Don Steady, Fred's cracking wise. Hawk's got another crazy theory to analyze, and somehow by midnight we're all still gone down 20 rabbit holes and carrying on. Then Hawk fires up with his Mountain View, 26 shepherds making sure he's true, talking faith, freedom, truth, and grace, with a white shepherd lying right by his place. He says, welcome friends, pull up a chair, leave your worries and your burdens there. Tonight we're gonna laugh, learn, and see what kind of seed become tomorrow's trees. Brother Don says, brother, that's deep. Fred says, I still think you're waking sheep. The whole chat explodes with laughing emojis everywhere. Somebody's dog starts barking at the air. The moderator surrender, the timeline bends. Nobody remembers how the story begins, but everybody knows when the meeting is through. They spent the whole night hanging with good people and true. Final safety meeting, safety meeting. Here's to the friends we've never met, the kind that show up and never forget. To Brother Don and his just be cool, to Fred from across the pond breaking every rule, to Hawk on the mountain sowing mustard seeds, trying to remind folks what this old world needs. A little laughter, a little faith, a little kindness, a little grace. And if you hear somebody calling for a safety meeting tonight, just pull up a chair and everything will be alright. Brother Don, you there? Just be cool. Fred? Cheers, mate. Hawk. Welcome home, friends. Home safety meeting. The down, down.
All right. Yeah. So give me a second here, because I was just informed the other day that I don't have any moderators. So let me take care of some of that right now. I could have swore I just saw anti, didn't I? Give me a second so I can hit a few of these up and get that taken care of, because we like it when links can be dropped for whether it's for one purpose as another. Oh, maybe it's live. That's why I'm not seeing all the names, because I'm not in the live chat. There we go. Anti, when I was writing that, it was, if I'd added everybody's name in here that smokes with us, we would have too many things. We'd have, the song would be like 30 minutes long, and I don't think I can upload that. That would be a little bit much. Let's see. For Indy, okay, Indy's not here yet. Follow my cult. What cult? What cult am I in? Wait a minute. What? What cult? So tell me, what cult am I in? Come on, tell me. Tell me. All right. Is it? Okay. Old troll. That's what you're telling me. There you go, old troll. See you later. Bye. Have a good day. Okay. Yeah, old trolls, young trolls. You get them all ages, all shapes and sizes. Yeah. Well, yeah. So, yeah. Follow that cult. Which cult are you talking about? Oh, I just dang nabbit. I just clicked the wrong damn thing. I meant to go there. Go back to there. Go back to there so we can get caught up. Okay, covered that. Covered that. So yeah. So Abby Lowell. Kind of strange. All right. Eric Daughtry says Senator Lisa Murkowski is absolutely torched for voting nay on the $70 billion ICE CBP funding bill, siding with Democrats. Representative Stubbe, our Republican senator siding with Democrats against the agents securing our borders is an absolute disgrace. How is she any different from the radical left at this point? Why is Alaska sending her here? Alaska is deep red. Trump won it easily. She votes like a blue state. Yeah.
On this vote, the yeas are 52, the nays are 47. This bill, as amended, is passed.
Mr. President.
The Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I understand that the Senate's received a message from the House.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it's going to boil down to this parliamentary, getting a message from the House Parliament or the Senate parliamentarian, and that person's going to object to it because of this, or that. And it's going to be it's a shit show. All right. So this is a before and after image. This is the before. This is what the pool the reflecting pool looked like, and this is what it looks like now. Before, after. It's kind of like wax on, wax off. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay? Wax on, wax off. Yeah. Yeah, someone please explain to me, like I just came out of the womb, why this makes any human being mad. Why do I say that? Because this was posted.
I thought it was a stupid idea to paint the reflecting pool, but y'all, it looks good. It actually looks really good. Like, it makes the reflection look extraordinarily prominent in a way that it did not look before. And I hate that.
And Trump has said it many times too. You know, this is the thing. And you know, I understand you don't have to like the guy. You really don't. Okay, but understand the things that he is doing for this country, okay, should take you beyond that. Okay? You can not like him all you want for his personality or whatever. But the man is doing an incredible job. When it's like you got one portion of the country, and let me tell you, it's only 10%. It's only 10% of the country is Democrat. Okay, and they're all in the big cities. Okay, so that they get more, they get more voting rights because they're clamored, they're packed like sardines in these big cities, and and because the largest population is there, that they're the ones who get to set the grounds for each of your states. Okay, and that's ridiculous. It really is. Let the man fucking cook. He's doing an awesome job. Okay, even though we don't all agree with, how long this is taking, okay, and how much it's actually costing us. It's a and as the last time anything came out about Doge and things like that, I said that $80,000 to $100,000 would be good recompense for the time that we lost. $80,000 to $100,000. Everybody else, the other people around here, $5,000. Fuck that $5,000. That's toilet paper. Okay, that's toilet paper. All right, $80,000 is what I was saying back then, and now here we are a year and a half later. A year and a half later, what I'm going to say is this. You know what? 250,000 is the minimum that I'll take. The minimum. 250,000. Because I did vote for this, okay, to happen, okay, to the draining of the swamp, okay, but there should be some fucking reparations going on here, and that should be to every American citizen, legally born here, American citizens. Just saying. Yeah, you can have no safety meeting. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You got a wrench, Anti. You can officially call safety meetings and not get yelled at by me. Yeah. Yeah. You notice I gave them to the biggest potheads, right? I gave wrenches to the biggest potheads. Right. So I'm sort of kind of smart. Sort of, kind of, sort of. We'll just leave it at sort of. Okay. But I agree. How can you think that this is a bad idea? Okay, knowing what that looked like. Okay, we saw the before and the after and the wax on and wax off. Okay, we saw it. The difference. And on top of it, this is the other thing. This is kind of an important thing. Okay, at the same time the pool was leaking out, it was also seeping in. That's where all that algae and everything came from, plus all the crappy plumbing. Okay, all of that got replaced with up-to-date equipment, and look at it now. Just saying. All right, let's keep moving. So I want to introduce you guys to Henry Nowak. This is the young man who was killed over there in the UK, and I don't see in any of this video where that kid is the type of kid who would have had those kind of racist views and be speaking that kind of thing. Okay. I'm just turning it up because of the music. You don't want to get in trouble. Okay. But absolutely nowhere in this did I ever see anybody who was a racist, you know. And it's kind of crazy, you know. Even President Trump chimed in, you know. He said ideological conditioning and two-tiered policing are glaring symptoms of civilization decline. They must be rejected across the West. The United States sends our condolences to the family of Henry Novak. I don't know if it's Nowak or Novak. It's you never know with the English people because they spell their names all kinds of weird and stuff, and it's like their motorcycles, you know. It's they call it purple, but it's pink. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, the United States sends its condolences to the family of Henry Nowak and the people of the United Kingdom at this troubling time. You know, and he's right. Trump is 100% right in that. All right. Now, this guy, I remember him from CNN, and I remember him getting fired because he kind of stood up to CNN. He was actually reporting the truth, and CNN got pissed off at him. Steve Cortez.
Patriots, I was fired from CNN because I constantly told the truth about the Charlottesville hoax, the ridiculous lie that Donald Trump had praised bigots in Charlottesville when in fact the exact opposite was true. Well, it now turns out that Charlottesville hoax, that lie, was itself based upon a grand lie. We now have details from the DOJ that the SPLC, a corrupt leftist activist organization, paid $300,000 to one scumbag to organize the Charlottesville riot itself. So the entire event was staged. It was financed and organized by the left. And they were then able to successfully create a massive and unfortunately largely successful lie, a propaganda campaign that stemmed from the very event that they organized. Patriots,
Yeah. So Elon Musk shared that one. Yep. And then Patriot Oasis shared this one this morning. Here we go.
Brand new to everybody. Overnight, the Senate voted to fund ICE for the rest of the president's term, but it's pushed to reauthorize FISA, the Spy Powers Act, stalls.
Chad Pergram joins us over the phone with these new details. Hey, Chad.
Good morning, guys. Well, this is all just developed in the past hour. Let me start with FISA. FISA Section 702 has been very controversial. This is this domestic spying program that they have. And the problem with it is a lot of Republicans and Democrats wanted more guardrails. They've gone through several deadlines here. The push is to get this done by the end of next week. They thought they had a bipartisan agreement here because it expires at the end of next week. And so this was a test vote to get past this early this morning. And what happened is that Democrats who had been a party to this bipartisan agreement, they pulled out. You had a number of Republicans who voted against this on this procedural vote. But the reason that the Democrats pulled out is they do not like the installation of Bill Pulte as the acting director of national intelligence. They don't think that he is qualified for that position. And so they knew that on the Republican side of the aisle, there were going to be GOP no's, but they needed Democratic support, and they basically all backed out. This reform bill, this compromise here, would include a ban of a government-backed digital currency for 3 years, and House conservatives wanted a permanent ban on that. And it also would prohibit the FBI from using Section 702 of FISA against the prosecution of an American. So they thought they had an agreement there, and that all fell apart because of the Bill Pulte situation. Now, one thing I should note is that if you really get into the weeds on FISA, is that the program, the authorization expires, but what happens at the end of next week, the FISA court has indicated that they can still use the program. The question is whether or not that the telecommunications companies will continue to provide the data without the legal cover provided by Congress. So that's the issue right there. So whether or not they can put the genie back in the bottle on that and work out something in the next week is very tough. Now, the other news this morning is that ICE and the Border Patrol, this is the last section of the government funding fight that stems back to last October, is now funded. They used this special process to go around a filibuster. They only needed a simple majority. They passed that. There was only one Republican no. That was Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. The House of Representatives.
Yeah. About that. All right. And we got this young lady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Round of applause! I pledge allegiance.
Yeah. How about that? Lulu's in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. North Myrtle Beach, that is. Yeah. All right. And then, so I'm not even going to jump into that one. Let's go here.
All right, 5 a.m. We just wrapped up a 19-hour session on the floor to get the ICE funding done for the remaining 3 years of the president's term. The Democrats blocked ICE funding. They wanted to fund the police. Now they're wanting to fund ICE. So we got that done. $70 billion. That'll be for Border Patrol and ICE. Also in there's my provision that for the first time now allows ICE to pick up criminal illegal aliens as they're being released from prison in sanctuary cities. Yes, that's happening. Rapists and murderers who are illegal aliens are being released by the Democrats in sanctuary jurisdictions. And so now we're going to deport these people. So a big reform that's in this. And we got it done despite the Democrats' obstruction. All right, 5 a.m. We just wrapped up.
Okay. Sorry, I kind of got a little bit distracted here because I'm trying to find where there's supposed to be some place where you can add moderators just by typing in their name, if I'm not mistaken. Does anybody know where that is? Hold on. No. Here. No. Just out of curiosity, if anybody knew. But I'll add some more as we go along. If I see Indy come in, I've been waiting on her to come in so I can get her taken care of. But let's go ahead. Let's keep moving on. Sorry. I was trying to find that. Tim Burchett.
Hey everybody, it's Tim Burchett. I'm sitting here with my good friend Barry Moore from do I have to say great state of Alabama?
Great state of Alabama.
All right. Anyway, whatever. I did like Bear Bryant. Anyway, hey, you folks in Alabama got a real big opportunity to elect this guy. He's the real deal. He's not one of these career politicians that's been here all this time. Heck, I've been here 8 years. He's been here 5 years. People don't even find the bathroom in 5 years. Barry passes legislation. He's morally sound. And he's an excellent, excellent legislator. Please don't make a mistake, folks. We could lose our country over these primaries and these elections. Barry Moore's a good man. Please elect him to the United States Senate. You'll be missing the real deal if you don't put him in there. Barry?
Thank you, Tim. God bless you, brother.
Thank you. God has blessed me, brother. Thank you.
Amen.
All right. Okay, moving on. FBI Director Kash Patel to the American public, we are doing more.
Time we've seen these kinds of riots outside of these facilities, it's very clear that there are organized groups behind these kinds of riots. There are signal chat groups. There's money being funneled through these NGOs. These groups are violent. They're organizing violence. You can see what they're doing. You guys have just indicted someone for wanting to murder ICE agents and their families. But should more be done against these groups, Mr. Director, to investigate them?
Well, I think for the American public, we are doing more. We just can't speak about it until we speak through an indictment. And as you've seen here today, these fraud cases take sometimes years and months to put together. And same thing with the SPLC. It takes a long time to put a case like that together. We have to follow the money. We have to issue subpoenas. We have to go to judges and get search warrants. We have to produce the evidence in a fashion that's usable in court. And so what we've been doing since day one at the FBI is tracing the money and finding the commonalities in these individuals, just like we would with any other corrupt criminal organization that is allegedly going out there and conducting nefarious activity. And so that work has been ongoing since I took office as a director of the FBI. And thanks to our courageous prosecutors under AG Blanche, they are issuing the necessary legal process. But when you get bank returns back, when you get location data back, you have to put that in a usable format, make presentations to judges and grand juries. And that just takes a little bit of time.
All right. Then we got Eric Daughtry says it's official. The anti-ICE raids, ICE riots and violence in Newark, New Jersey are fueled by Marxist and leftist groups controlling nearly $1 billion in revenue every single year, and they are tax exempt.
Is uncovering a well-oiled machine, a well-funded anti-ICE activist network, and it links roughly 100 groups to protests outside of a Newark ICE facility, Delaney Hall. We've been talking about it for 2 weeks now. All of them together control some $825 million in revenue, and many enjoy tax-exempt status. They're now facing congressional scrutiny and weren't exactly willing to talk to us when we started asking them questions. Watch.
Yeah, it looks like you're getting ready for something serious to go down, right?
So Charles Marino is a former senior Homeland Security advisor and joins us now. Charles, great to have you. I don't know if you've read this article. I had to read it like 3 or 4 times because it was every 5 seconds I was like alarmed by what I read. So let me read a part of it to our viewers here. This is the Fox Digital exclusive. Secret signal chats reveal how anti-ICE agitators coordinated those Newark riots. The network behind the Delaney Hall protests includes about 100 groups. Some of them are big names like the ACLU, Indivisible, and Democratic Socialists of America. Together, these organizations report collective annual revenues of about $850 million, approximately equal to the annual budget of Newark, New Jersey, where they are protesting. Something else I found interesting in this article, Charles, is that they push out this memo. It's called the Delaney 100, and it shares language to protesters on how to, tweet and post on social media. It tells them to call the Delaney Hall a concentration camp. It tells them to label these detainees, quote unquote, imprisoned prisoners and captives, and say that they were kidnapped and abducted instead of being arrested. What do you make of all of this?
Well, no surprise that this is all extremely organized and coordinated on the financial side. On the other material support side, like these supplies that we see being dropped in the vicinity of Delaney Hall. And finally, also on the communication side, that includes internal communications and external communications. So they're provided essentially talking points. They're educated about an inch deep and a mile wide on the issues that they're protesting, but they're told to use those buzzwords to invite, incite, facilitate, and basically bring forward everything that we are seeing play out outside of that detention facility.
Let's put up on the screen here some pictures that Fox Digital has picked up of the supplies. I mean, the amount of things that they have collected for these protesters, it includes gas masks and so many other things because they had planned to be out there for several days. I remember covering the George Floyd protests, and, a lot of the organizing we always saw was very public. It was posted on Instagram, on social media. They weren't really hiding anything. This is different. They're doing a lot of communication on Signal, encrypted messaging. We'll put up on the screen here the timeline of the messages for these online protesters, these users prepping for these protesters. Why are they trying to hide what they're doing here? I mean, they're using secret monikers like frame.unrest. They call themselves Wicked something, trying to figure out transportation.
Yep. Oh boy, yeah. And then Rapid Response 47 this morning, Donald J. Trump with a great jobs report like just announced. Stocks should go up, not down. That's the way it was for 200 years. Growth does not mean inflation. How else can a country attain greatness? President Donald J. Trump. See now it brings out the cult in me. Yeah, because now I got to look up greatness. Hey Q, thank you for making my terrible day a little better. Feeling a bit like POTUS today. Had a coworker lie about his screw up and blame it on me. My heart goes out to President Trump. The attack made on me is minuscule in comparison to the attacks our president and now the Q team experiences on a daily basis. I wish I could give all of you all a big hug and express to you how grateful I am for what y'all are doing for us and our country. I am also thankful we have a president now who calls out the media and knows his people are smart enough to discern the truth for themselves. We are sick of the conjecture and half-assed journalism. So thank you again for everything. It means worlds more than you could ever know for us to have a president who believes in the greatness of we the people. Do you think POTUS could give us a confirmation, kind of like a symbolic hug, sending my prayer and prayers, or sending my love and prayers, Godspeed. Stand strong, Patriots together, Q. Now, it seems kind of funny that right now, we just got attacked for being in a cult, didn't we? Didn't we just take an attack for being in a cult? Yeah. Just saying. Just saying. Greatness. Greatness. Stand strong. Patriots stand together. Yep. Just saying. Yeah. It's all coming out. We just figured out how Minnesota has been taken over by Muslims. Yep. They figured it out. Here we go.
Since September 19th, officers from our Fraud Detection and National Security Directorate, working in teams, have conducted over 1,000 site visits across the Minneapolis-St. Paul area as part of this operation. What they found should shock all of America. Focusing on a list of over 1,000 target cases involving more than 900 individuals, our officers encountered blatant marriage fraud, visa overstays, people claiming to work at businesses that can't be found, forged documents, abuse of the H-1B visa system, abuse of the F-1 visas, and many other discrepancies. Over the course of the operation, our officers found indication of fraud, non-compliance, or public safety and national security concerns in nearly a little less than 50% of the cases interviewed. Since September 19th, officers from our Fraud Detection and National Security Directorate, working in teams, have conducted over 1,000 site visits across the Minneapolis-St. Paul area as part of this operation. What they found should shock all of America.
Always.
Focusing on a list of over 1,000 target cases involving more than 900 individuals, our officers encountered blatant marriage fraud, visa overstays, people claiming to work at businesses that can't be found, forged documents, abuse of the H-1B visa system, abuse of the F-1 visas, and many other discrepancies. Over the course of the operation, our officers found indication of fraud, non-compliance, or public safety and national security concerns in nearly a little less than 50% of the cases interviewed. Since September,
50% of the cases interviewed. They did 1,000. So 500 of them. Who are they related to? Probably somebody who is in it. Yeah. Then let's go here.
Economists continue to doubt President Trump. This month, we saw 100% of the economists in one survey thought the jobs would come in around 85,000. doubled, 172,000. The month before, I really want to talk about, because it was the same thing. 94% of the economist surveys thought it'd be around 60,000. It was 115,000, now revised up even more.
Why are they getting it wrong?
So it's this time was double wrong.
Yeah.
The time before that was triple wrong because they doubt President Trump. And when you doubt President Trump, you lose. But economists.
When you doubt President Trump, you lose. That's why we just keep moving along, right? Yep. John Solomon believes Obama will be summoned to testify before a Florida grand jury.
If you saw a grand jury subpoena to former President Barack Obama, I think there will be a need to summon him based on some of the evidence that's now public or about to become public. We've done a lot of talking about him, and he can't be indicted most likely, which also means he can't claim the Fifth Amendment. And I would keep an eye on that dynamic. I also think that there is big new documents being found in the last few days inside the FBI, the Justice Department, and inside the intelligence communities that go all the way back to the origins of Crossfire Hurricane, all the way up to and including Jack Smith. And I think there's going to be some pretty big revelations with that. And so you'll have information coming out, and then that information immediately being digested into a accountability prosecution team down here in Florida. And so the one takeaway I had from just doing a lot of reporting this week is that I think the grand jury is going to need to hear from Barack Obama to understand some of the things that happened on his watch. And that would be an extraordinary moment in American history.
Yep. And the thing is that he's not going to be able to, he can't plead the Fifth. If he does, then he loses his presidential immunity. So he can't. Watch California. Yep. We already covered that one. So, all right. And then this happened. Yeah. Greg Jarrett. Here we go.
Bolton is hoping to avoid prison, as you point out, Sean, by, copying to a single charge instead of facing trial on 18 counts. But the punishment ultimately will be up.
But wait, they wanted Trump charged 34 times? Wasn't he supportive of that? This SOB should be facing all 18 counts, period. No more of this plea deal crap. So they can get out and do the same fucking thing all over again?
To the judge, could be as high as 5 years behind bars. But Bolton caved in because he had no...
this country, okay? Shared state secrets. That's fucking treason.
Defense. And he stored thousands of pages of classified top secret material at his home. And that is a clear violation of the Espionage Act. He then compounded his felonies by sharing it with family members who had no security clearance whatsoever. So that's even more crimes. When Bolton was indicted last year, he blamed Trump for targeting him for political reasons. And then Democrats like Adam Schiff, Jamie Raskin, they leveled the same accusations. The truth is, it was Joe Biden's DOJ that launched this criminal investigation of John Bolton when our intel agencies discovered that Iran had hacked Bolton's computer and accessed secrets that damaged national security. Bolton.
Yeah. Wasn't even ordered by Trump. It was ordered by Biden. Just saying. Just saying. Little Katie Hopkins, because, nothing like a little batshit bonkers Britain.
Breaking news here in batshit bonkers Britain, where Sainsbury's, very importantly, have announced they are no longer going to sell brown eggs because white eggs have a 12.5% lower carbon footprint than a brown egg. So little brown hens with their little brown asses having little brown eggs will no longer be able to lay little brown eggs because we're all going to die or something. I mean, never mind the fact that Jeff Bezos is blowing up rockets over in America. Never mind the fact that we're importing millions of Chinese solar panels that we don't know how to recycle or dispose of. No matter, we have people going about in electric cars that they think is going to save the planet. Absolutely, it's the little brown hen that we have to worry about. I mean, personally, I think it's racist. It's always brown hens that get the shit end of the stick. In other news, apparently, Nigel Farage is supposed to be blamed now for the death of poor Henry Nowak. Yet not the stabby little Sikh bastard that actually knifed poor Henry to death. No, suddenly it's Nigel Farage that's responsible because he called out two-tier policing in this country. Or maybe Elon Musk. I mean, the left talks about not politicising Henry's death. Well, they seem to be doing a very good job of it. And finally, lovely Ben Habib stands down the Advance UK party in order to try and unite the right. Another great and noble gesture by lovely Ben Habib. Absolutely hats off to him and all of his supporters for being so generous. And if we could see a little bit more unity on our side, that would be a wonderful thing. That's it, my darlings. Batshit bonkers Britain.
She definitely fits the bill. Yep. And then this is kind of interesting.
A county in Colorado had 61 biological males on girls' sports teams, not statewide, one district. The government had to step in and tell them that they were violating Title IX, and the punishment was literally just a warning letter. These are real girls losing roster spots and scholarship opportunities. 61 in one district. This is no longer hypothetical. This is disgusting.
Yep. She's right. In one county, 61 trans males in female sports. You know, just saying, it's crazy. So, and then, yeah, we just covered John Bolton, so we don't need to talk about him anymore.
Because Minnesota to USDA. Your state is saying we only have 1.6% fraud rate, which we all know is an absolute joke.
I'll say it again. The USDA's own data found 1.6%. I don't know.
No, we were relying on your data from Minnesota, and you won't share it with us.
The difference between error rates and fraud rates. I honestly don't. It is one of the lowest fraud rate in any program in America is the SNAP program.
The lowest fraud rate of any program in America is the SNAP program? You can't be serious when you say that.
Your own data says 1.6%.
Again, that's because the states, your state has told us that number,
once more.
And you won't allow us to confirm it.
You've bragged on TV that it's a great thing that you kicked 4 million people off SNAP.
The ability to work, the righteousness of work is not
reclaiming my time. 700,000
We should be proud.
kids.
That's the goal of these welfare programs.
Madam Secretary, I'm asking you these questions because these issues, this committee, it's all personal.
You're not
to me.
asking questions for an answer. You're asking questions to make a political
reclaiming my
statement.
time again.
I would like to actually have a real conversation.
Madam Secretary, Mr. Chair, she talked over half of my time here. So look, when you describe the farm.
Sounds like, sounds like it needed to happen, So ICE just confirmed that it arrested the employers of 48 illegal immigrants in South Carolina. Both the plant manager and the HR coordinator for a casting company in Abbeville, South Carolina, were arrested and face years in prison. Is this what you voted for? Absolutely.
Everywhere. I got an escort out this bit. Black trucks.
I get exploited, gang. Look at this shit. This shit is diabolical. They everywhere too. On my mama there. Man, I already got banned up there. My money fucked up.
We're doing slightly less than that.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. So, it's just there's enough. Enough is enough. 48. Work under the same Social Security number. Yeah. 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 Just saying. It's yeah. Scrolling up in chat to see if Indy popped in yet, so I can get her wrenched up. All right. Let's see. We already covered Ohio, and we covered that yesterday. So yeah, we've gone through everything that I got for today. We can drop over to the live side for a minute, and let's see. Make sure you're following FBI response for the most up-to-date and true information on what this FBI is achieving, despite what a dishonest media wants you to believe. Yeah, Cash Patel. All right, and then we got. Let's see here.
This platform, these are wells drilled decades ago, just sitting there idle. We used the Defense Production Act to bring that production on. It grew California's oil and gas production by 20%, just turning a valve and returning wells already drilled to production. We have 30 military facilities in California, which gets over 60% of its oil imported from overseas. This is a way to increase energy security for our military operations in California and start to change the game for businesses and consumers in the state of California. This platform, these are wells drilled.
Our military operations in California. Just saying. Yeah. So let's see.
I know the problem, you've got just one policy. You do the opposite of what the Donald does. Don't know what you believe.
Okay. Well, I don't want to do that. So, all right. Then, what the fuck? President Trump just revealed he pardoned a man who was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison for fixing his own truck or tractor. Okay.
I can look at this guy. I guarantee if you were mandated, let's say you have a tractor that's broken and you know exactly how to fix it, you wouldn't be too happy about being mandated to bring the tractor back to John Deere or wherever you got it, right? You'd like to fix it. Not so much. I mean, they actually have, the Democrats, a restriction that if you get caught fixing your tractor, they bring you to jail. You know that? You know that I pardoned a man last week who was sentenced to 7 years in jail because he got caught fixing his car or his truck. I said, I like to always say, what did he do? Sir, he was fixing his truck. I said, how long is he getting? 7 years. I said, say it again. It's the first time I've ever heard, like 2 weeks ago. I gave him a pardon because he had to go to jail because he was fixing his tractor or his truck. So I promise, Ken, if you ever get caught fixing your tractor or truck, I will give you a pardon, okay? No, but these are the crazy Democrats. That's what they want. I terminated the ridiculous so-called diesel exhaust fluid requirement. Does that mean anything to you? Big, right? Joe is happy, so I want to keep him happy just in case he gets violent. He's happy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That Farmers Roundtable that we were that was live just a little bit ago. All right, and then now it's also put out by Nick Sortor. Now an assistant U.S. attorney is now inside the Los Angeles Ballot Processing Center as U.S. Attorney S.A. Lee announces multiple federal investigations into voter fraud in California. Expose it all, prosecute. Here we go.
Oh, that would be. I mean, we can't enter the room, but we can. But the closest we can be is point me in the direction of where that is. Yeah. So this is our bullpen area, and this is the closest we can be. Yeah, come on in. Oh, that would be. I mean, we can't enter the room.
Yeah. So, yep. And then leftist rioters are already attacking and damaging vehicles leaving the ICE facility in Newark, and no cops are in sight. This is a direct result of Newark police surrendering and, as usual, are shouting racist remarks at non-white employees. You're Spanish. You should be ashamed of yourselves. This is going to be a long night. Yeah. So, yeah.
She's telling them to keep
Yo, I'm gonna push that.
No one saw nothing. What happened? Go get out.
You're fucking Spanish. You're Spanish. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. I hope y'all all burn in hell. I pray that y'all all burn in hell. All of you. You too, girl. I pray that y'all all burn in hell. Especially you. You're standing.
Do that to my windshield. Watch what happens. I don't have a windshield anymore. Oh, that's there she is, right there. As a matter of fact, let me jump over there real quick. Let me jump in there. Here we go. Where are we? We are here. Oh, good. I already got muted. Let's see. I already got chessboard. Bear with me for a minute. Oh, there we go. I keep forgetting to do that part there. Switch it to that other thingy. That's when it's on this side, though. Right. That takes care of that. Right there. All right. Back to what we were doing. Yeah. It looked kind of funky for a minute there, didn't it? Yeah. And then here we go. It's a report on from Nick Shirley.
He holds like a finger gun up to the bottom of his chin, like you're going to get shot.
Yeah, I said somebody's going to find you, then does this and walks away. And obviously these people, the reason why I actually went back and confronted this guy is because he yelled across the street from yelled across the street from me, "You're going to get kirked next." That's what he yelled at me. So I said, well, we can't let these people push us around. Like, we have to stand up for yourself. You cannot just let these people think they can say that stuff. So I went back over across the street to talk with him. And then you see the interaction right there. And he can't even give one single example about why he says I'm Islamophobic or racist. But he does just do a lot of yelling, obviously, and can't give any example. And then obviously does this at the end as well.
So he begins your interaction, Nick, by saying you're going to get kirked next. And then at the end of your interaction, he suggests you're going to get shot with his hand. He says to you in that interaction, show my photo to any leftist organization and they'll know who I am, as though he is someone of some consequence. So have we found out who is this man?
Yeah, I have found out who this guy is. He's actually an immigration lawyer here in New York City, down by Chinatown, apparently. And like he said, he's very well known in all the leftist organizations. If you show his face, he's obviously involved. I even had a buddy who's also sent me an email saying that this guy had also threatened his life as well.
Wow.
Like, this guy's he's a radical.
And he's an immigration lawyer in New York City.
Yes. From what
Incredible. Incredible. Here's the thing, Nick. I saw this video and I don't know. I think it struck me like, this is insane. The place we are getting on a daily basis and on a multitude of stories, we're getting to this tribalistic, insane perspective. But then in the course of talking to you, you're always a calm guy, Nick. I would imagine this isn't the first time this has happened to you. Since you first put out your report about what was going on in Minneapolis last Christmas, I imagine this might be fairly regular.
Yeah, I mean, it happens every time and time. I mean, I get approached by hundreds of people when I'm in New York City. And this was just one guy who went absolutely crazy. I walked out of the subway and literally he started yelling at me. And then he said, I'm going to get kirked. So then I went and said, no, we can't let these guys say this stuff. We can't let these guys bully us. And so I went and confronted him again. And these people have nothing to stand on. Like, they can't give you a single example. They are literally radical. Like, it's actually kind of dangerous.
What do you? He holds like.
Yeah. So he's getting threats. I mean, just walking down the street. Yeah. You know, this is Bellingham High School in Washington held a pride event where drag queens danced provocatively in front of children. They're coming for your children. Contact the school here. There's the phone number right there. Yeah. Just, yeah. Don't need to do that shit. Don't need to do that. Yeah. Are you almost forgot Harry existed? What's Harry gonna cry about?
So Donald Trump posted this AI video of himself on social media tonight, and I really think you should see it. Yes, that is the President of the United States filling up the reflecting pool with tears from this person who was very upset when he was inaugurated in 2017. And trust me, I know that there will be plenty of MAGA folks out there who think this is the funniest thing they've ever seen. I mean, he could breathe and they'd laugh and they'd applaud and say it's genius. But for normal Americans who just want the economy to be better and things to be affordable and to have healthcare, this is absurd. This is what the President of the United States is doing on a daily basis. AI videos.
Yeah. Good. Poor Harry. Oh, my Lord, Harry said his feelings are hurt. Yeah. Yeah. So, just, oh, boy. All right. To the political scientists that will be studying how Trump was able to get all his political adversaries to embrace Nazis, you need to spend any time or money doing the research. I've done it for you, and the answer is very simple. I mean, he know that you are horrible people. Here we go. Oh, God. Patriot Dad EV 2.0. Here we go.
So once Donald Trump leaves political office and he's no longer the president of the United States, political scientists, journalists, and media are going to spend decades trying to understand exactly how it is that he's able to use his superpower, the show your ass theory, to get his political adversaries to turn into the worst examples of human beings possible. They're going to do everything that they can to try to get to the bottom of it. They're probably going to end up pretending as though it has something to do with authoritarian styles of communication or some ridiculous claptrap like that. But the bottom line is they're never going to get to the key issue, the reality, the real reason why Donald Trump is so successful at getting his political adversaries to show their ass over and over again. So I'm going to try to save everybody a whole lot of time and wasted energy and just tell you exactly how he does it. You see, it's not really even anything that he does. No, Donald Trump understands perfectly the electorate. He understands who his base is and thereby understands who everybody else is. It's very simple. Donald Trump knows that MAGA is just filled with better people than the rest of his political adversaries. I know that's going to piss some people off, but at this point, you have made a decision to accept and embrace and cuddle with Nazis, Nazi paraphernalia, Nazi ideology, and you've done it because you hate Donald Trump so much. So at this point, if it pisses you off, I don't particularly care, because you need to know that we are better people than you. We have higher standards than you. We have higher expectations. We have ethics. We're honest people. We're much better looking than most of you, for sure. We're just better human beings than any of you who have decided that you are willing to go to the lengths of accepting Nazis, Nazi paraphernalia, embracing them, defending them, platforming them, protecting them, making excuses for them, and allowing them to linger in your political movements. It's because you're a horrible human being. And Donald Trump understands that. That's how he does it, because he knows that you are willing to go to the depths of depravity to try to retake power. And because of that, he just lets everyone else see it. You see, MAGA already made this decision a long time ago, and it became crystal clear when Thomas Massie embraced and invited in an Iron Cross swastika-wearing losertarian into his political campaign, and then he got his ass kicked by 10 points. And now the Democrats are doing the exact same thing with Graham Plattner. So how does Donald Trump get you guys to show your asses over and over again? Well, it's simple. He just surrounds himself with good, decent, moral people. And then he lets you be exactly who you are by embracing Nazis.
Yep, there you go. There you go. All right. Well, that is where I'm going to cut for today. Coming up in that 2-hour mark, and what's this here?
Tillis said he won't support Todd Blanche's confirmation unless Todd Blanche condemns January 6th. Do you have a reaction to that?
Senator Tillis is a loser. That's why he didn't run. He didn't run because I wouldn't support him. And he's just an angry man because he's not going to be a senator any longer. He wasn't respected in the Senate. He fought a lot of people. He fought Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth turned out to be a gem. No, Senator Tillis is a loser, stone cold, and he's an angry man because I basically, he was forced to leave the Senate because I wouldn't support him, and he quit. So now he's trying to make trouble by, opposing anybody. Todd Blanche is a brilliant guy who everybody likes and everybody respects. And Tillis is always like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. He should have done it before when he was a senator. He would have gotten wiped out in a race. But he needed my support, and I said, I can't give you my support. He's not qualified. He's not good for the position of senator. I didn't hear about what he did with Todd Blanche. Todd Blanche is fantastic.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Yeah. Yeah. So, before I say my goodbyes, we're going to have an outro safety meeting. Yeah, there is such a thing as an outro safety meeting, because once again, I really like this song. I do. I can't help myself. Yeah, I can't. I don't know what it is. Can't help myself.
Well, the news got loud and the world got strange. Everybody hollering, everybody complaining. But over on the live stream right about 8, a message starts flying that nobody hates. Brother Don jumps in with a grin so wide. Just be cool, flashing on the chat box side. He types real slow like a man with a plan. I think it's time for a safety meeting, man. Raw safety meeting. Safety meeting. gather round friends, let the good times begin. A little laughter, a little truth, a little fellowship rolling through. Brother Don smiling, Fred's making jokes, Hawks on the microphone visiting folks. We ain't running from life, we're just setting the tone at the safety meeting with the family at home. Now Brother Ganja Fred comes strolling in, sounding like he walked out of London again. Says, cheers mates, hope you're all doing alright. I brought enough good vibes to last all night. He'll drop one-liner after one-liner fast, half the chat laughing till they're crying at last. And every time Hawk starts getting too deep, Fred says, easy there mate, don't wake the sheep. Well, safety meeting, safety meeting. Everybody gather when the signal gets sent. No anger, no drama, no fuss, no fight, just good-hearted folks on a Wednesday night. Brother Don steady, Fred's cracking wise. Hawk's got another crazy theory to analyze, and somehow by midnight we're all still gone down 20 rabbit holes and carrying on. Then Hawk fires up with his Mountain View, 26 shepherds making sure he's true, talking faith, freedom, truth, and grace, with a white shepherd lying right by his place. He says, welcome friends, pull up a chair, leave your worries and your burdens there. Tonight we're gonna laugh, learn, and see what kind of seed become tomorrow's trees. Brother Don says, brother, that's deep. Fred says, I still think you're waking sheep. The whole chat explodes with laughing emojis everywhere. Somebody's dog starts barking at the air. The moderator surrenders, the timeline bends. Nobody remembers how the story begins, but everybody knows when the meeting is through. They spent the whole night hanging with good people and true. Final safety meeting, safety meeting. Here's to the friends we've never met, the kind that show up and never forget. To Brother Don and his Just Be Cool, to Fred from across the pond breaking every rule, to Hawk on the mountain sowing mustard seeds, trying to remind folks what this whole world needs. A little laughter, a little faith, a little kindness, a little grace. And if you hear somebody calling for a safety meeting tonight, just pull up a chair and everything will be alright. Brother Don, you there? Just be cool. Fred? Cheers, mate. Hawk. Welcome home, friends. Home safety meeting. The down, down.
Yeah, safety meeting song. I have, sometimes I have too much fun with writing these songs down and doing them, but I couldn't resist, and the thing is, I would have added more people to it, but I'll come up with another one in short time. I'll be posting a couple of them up there on YouTube in the next 24 hours or so. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow, but Sunday I plan on doing something Sunday morning, probably around 11, between 10 and 11, depending on how much I can get done early, and so on. Yeah, I'm trying to. I will get that up on the channel too, because that's just a good song. That's just a good song. It's I'm having fun with that. Those of you that donated today, thank you. I at this point here right now, I've got to get dog food, I've got to get gas, and I've got to get Starlink paid. So any donations would be appreciated. Other than that, remember that God loves you. He does. He puts a lot of tests and trials and everything in front of us, and we just, we have to decide how we're going to take it, what we're going to do with it, and sometimes it seems a little bit tough, but turn on the playlist. Yeah, turn on the playlist. All right, listen to some songs that are uplifting, a few funny ones mixed in there, and stuff like that, and get that sour mug turned upside down, and start smiling again. All right, remember, God loves you, man. It's unconditional. Want you to be good people. So don't give up on him, because he's not giving up on you, not in any way, shape, or form. And neither is Jesus. He ain't giving up on you either. All right. So, do what you got to do for you, and remember that you are loved, even by me. I love you too. I love you too. All right. In the meantime, till I see you next, always remember that one of the most important messages that we were ever told: keep your head.
Woke up this morning to a world on fire. Everybody shouting, climbing walls of wire. Fear on the TV, lies across the screen. Hard to know these days what anything means. But I hear my Father's voice down in my soul. Stand up straight, don't let the darkness take control. Love your neighbor, hold the line, stay alive. Open up your eyes and let your spirit drive. Don't let the noise pull you under. Don't lose your heart in the thunder. Keep your head on a swivel, keep your eyes on the light. There's still love in the middle of the fight tonight. When the road gets narrow and the world feels cold, keep your heart wide open and never let go. Keep your head on a swivel, but your soul on the rise. There's a whole lot of beauty still left in these eyes. Yeah, the world may shake, but we're not gonna break. We were born for more than survival. Little old lady waving from a porch swing. Kids on the sidewalk still learning to dream. Somebody praying in the middle of pain. Somebody dancing in the pouring rain. There's still good people helping strangers stand. Still working hard with calloused hands. Still holding family, still holding faith. Still finding hope when it all feels late. Don't let the fear define you. There's still a fire inside you. Keep your head on a swivel, keep your eyes on the light. There's still love in the middle of the fight tonight. When the road gets narrow and the world feels cold, keep your heart wide open and never let go. Keep your head on a swivel, but your soul on the rise. There's a whole lot of beauty still left in these eyes. Yeah, the world may shake, but we're not gonna break. We were born for more than survival. Oh, don't forget who you are. You were made from the dust and the stars. Oh, even when shadows fall, love is still the strongest thing of all. Keep your head on a swivel, don't lose your grace. Every scar tells a story, every soul has a place. And if somebody stumbles, you help them stand tall. That's the kind of strength that can heal us all. Keep your head on a swivel, keep your faith alive. There's still hope for tomorrow as long as we try. Yeah, the world may change, but love remains, and that's how we survive. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep your heart full of love, full of love, full of They say a man ought to pick a time, put it on the screen and draw a line. be right there every day at 2, no matter what he's going through. But the dogs need feeding, fences break. Some days there's more than one man can take, and truth don't always show up on cue. Sometimes it takes a little digging through. I ain't missing the show, I'm just living the road, trying to find the story underneath what everybody knows. I'm chasing the why, not just passing by. And if I'm late, it's 'cause I'm searching for the truth before the lie. I ain't missing the show, I'm just gathering seeds to sow. There's headlines flashing every day, everybody's got something to say, but I wanna know what's behind the curtain, what's fact and what ain't certain. So I read a little more, pray a little longer, try to make the message just a little stronger. 'Cause folks don't need another shouting match, they need somebody willing to connect the patch. I ain't missing the show, I'm just living the road, trying to find a story underneath what everybody knows. I'm chasing the why, not just passing by. And if I'm late, it's 'cause I'm searching for the truth before the lie. I ain't missing the show, I'm just gathering seeds to sow. I've prayed, the price of every seed I've laid. And if one heart hears what I found, then every detour's worth the ground. 'Cause truth grows slow, everybody knows the strongest roots grow down below. I ain't missing the show, I'm right where God said go, trying to shine a little light in a world that's moving too fast to know. And when the cameras roll, I'll give them all my soul. 'Cause I was never building a schedule, I was building a road. Just an old man and a handful of mustard seeds, trying to leave the ground a little better than he found.